Hello guys, now that we finally have the Trionda, we can make a comparison with, no, not this one, this one. We have two Triondas, only one is original. Probably you don't know about soccer balls, you're going to know which one is real. So, this is the official match ball, this is the Pro, and this is a replica from the skate. Or at least the most, I don't mean best, I mean like the most complex. No, and then not what I say, the best favor core replica, I mean with the detail and everything, is this one. It's available, it was I don't know if it's still available on this case, but you can see this was released in June or July, I don't remember, many a long time before the official match pool. This for this poll, they just use legged image. Like for example, this you can Mexico, Canada, United States, um, but it's almost the same bowl, literally. So unless the only thing that changed is the texture. So you can see that if in the match pool we have these groups. Beware because some Pakistani counterfeits have the so with Pakistan I mean that not all balls are fake. There are some balls, good ones. I mean, good made in Pakistan, but not all the balls made in Pakistan are original. So I recently noticed that, and I also saw other one. I don't know when it's going to release them. Two cheap replica, not cheap, two artisan replicas of the Trionda that have the same texture, not the same texture. The only thing that they can copy is the texture because there is a Pakistani counterfeit that doesn't have this micro texture. So all the two, this is the Trionda Pro. It says all the detail because it's the official, and this is the fake Frankfurt the Shade, made in China. So, what I mean, there is maybe if you are confused. So, if a both is made in China or Pakistan, it doesn't mean that it's fake. It means that it's obviously made over there. Just that not all the balls are real. And I forgot to tell you something in the unboxing. The Trionda made in Indonesia that I showed you a few months ago, just when it was leaked. That picture, yeah, it was real, but it was a prototype. I feel like some difference with the final version, that is this one, the final product. So the made in Indonesia, I don't see any, I don't saw any ball made in Indonesia yet, like I expected. So please let me know if you have a made in Indonesia ball. Because that prototype maybe is those prototypes that because many prototypes are made in Indonesia, some of them are destroyed after the production. So sad, but they need to destroy it to avoid these counterfeits. So you can see that the two have groups, but this one are smaller, and the texture obviously. The colors are the same, and the brightness, but yeah, you can see the groups, and this is the pro groups. These are deeper, longer, uh, a little bit the Trion obviously is different because it was just made with liquid images. So we can see more brightness and more detail, more precise in the official. You can see that both of them. Here's the difference. Pro, one of them are C Pro, but look this is more generic, like this font, like the type of letter. This always so you can see the difference. They have the same balón oficial de partido, balón oficial de partido, fecha match ball, balón de match oficial, balón de match oficial. There is a difference over here. a little bit because it says official, like in English. I don't know what is the name correctly because I don't speak French, but any French can tell me. Balón de match oficial, you know? There is a little mistake over here. Obviously, I think that it's this one. This is have a little mistake. So I don't see why, because the image, you remember the prototype. So, and the thing is that some Chinese factories have access to the Trionda. So unless they copy the color molds and the design, so they have, because they had access like in Giovanni, but not in the same way, because you can see that this texture is the same of the Tango 12, the Fisher Mash Pool for the Euro 2012. So yeah, this texture of made in China doesn't change. You remember that many made in Pakistan counterfeits thermal bond have the squares, but that is common in Pakistan. They use squares, but in China, the pay counterfeits use this. So they still use something that is very for the Pakistan is from the T-18 and here is from the Tango 12. So then we are going to see different quality pro. There is a little difference because in the official there is a newest code. Like for example, it's longer. That means that it's newer. 1019353. That is the quality pro for made in Pakistan. And then FIFA Quality Pro 10173990. That number is from I think that from Euphoria or another much from during the Quality 2020. So it's obviously they use a ready use code, so it's not the same code that they use. That it doesn't have the same code. Then there is some problems over here. Well, I see a difference. It's because we are going to see in the fake, the counterfeit, that we have Adidas United 26 Trionda. And if we spin Adidas, just with United 26, just with the Trionda. And over here, all the logos are over here in the front. Because in the rest, you can see it. So I prefer that because you are going to feel you're going to see marketing. You feel like advertisement. So and there is a problem over here. This was in the when it was new. This mark. I'm going to see the United 6 logo. Yeah, it's very different. This is bigger and it doesn't it's done many detail like in the fake. But everyone knows what symbol is this FIFA World Cup. FIFA. For this one. And you can see that. You can see the previous color over here. You can see. This is black. This is for blue. And it says FIFA World Cup. Look. To say that you are buying an official product. So then another big difference. Let's see in the it's a I forgot to investigate about this number IS7440. Just a moment, I'm going to investigate my computer. That is wrong. If we investigate this, we're going to see that we have the code of the Argento. And it's the official. Yes. I'm going to show you something else. If we investigate the code of the FIFA Quality Pro, we're going to see a UEFA Champions League from 2034. Not very old, but still. They use old, obviously, because they are less, old technology. This counterfeit always or use old technology. Back to the balls. You can see that they use codes from products that already existed. So, and not obvious to say that you're buying an official product, like, because that is the purpose. So, yeah. I don't want to investigate these numbers because I feel that will be it's a product. I don't know if this is something confidential. I never investigate that. I prefer not to do that. But you can see that it says it was made in May 2024, and this one was made. Obviously, the first Trionda reported unless in the image, unless this one is made in April 2025, 1 year before. So, I mean, 2025, and supposedly it was made in 2024. Obviously not, because obviously it just take like 4 years to design a report, but not long to have the final concept already 2 years before. And B90010 is for the newest China soccer balls, China's official Adidas Mash balls. Then they're going to something clear. If we look over here, it's black like any generic soccer ball, and it says made in China, but not in the way that we wanted. In this one, that miraculously is made in Pakistan, because many people receive, like I say, made in China. Is a common with Adidas Trionda. You can see that it's different, it's more complete, like unique. You have the same PSC, and he also say have the same FIFA pressure. But I only prefer to have this ball in like 9 PSC because counterfeits lie with the pressure range, air pressure. So, and you can see the group over here. Well, they have some groups over here, but in the official match pool, yeah, we have some groups, but it's not in the same way. It's not a group. I think that is for the panel, the center of the panel. Then we're going to say, yeah, this A021 is the official code, and obviously the visual difference. And yeah, and this one have a red bulb. But I noticed that some Pakistani counterfeits started to copy that. They also copied the only thing that is the colors and the texture. They only don't manage to have the same groups well, the groups yes, but this texture of the micro like called micro texture don't manage to copy, because the molds are confidential and they are destroyed after the production. So this is not going to happen unless someone have access to that. That's one of the reasons that I didn't don't release manufacturer videos anymore. The last time was in 2014. So let's see the thermal bonding. This is like, yeah, it doesn't feel like you feel like it's magic. You feel like, for example, it's not very clear the thermal bonding, and in the original, but again, it's made in China. So, but I don't know the quality of the thermal bonding because I don't use it very much. And this one, yeah, it's more clear, but at least is have better quality. Then I don't see any other. Ah, yeah, the green color over here, and these details like the beats, the small, and this we don't have them in the counterfeit. It's simple. So this is a video about a counterfeit versus the official matchbook. So yeah, I bought this board before because I expect to make this video. So because I don't see any made, and this is the only counterfeit that is with best counterfeit I mean the most detail, because I see some in Temu, in the common Trionda fake hand stitch, or or not in has in this way. I mean, you know, right?